1864, these people were just like that. They just had enough of nothing getting done. Everyone's talking about joining together and uniting. And then so they're jumping up and down, woohoo, woohoo, it's going to be a big country. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, nothing's getting done. It's like a big fat no is sitting in the pathway of all their dreams. They're sick and tired of this happening the second time. So they're just all mad in the head. So they're going crazy, seriously, people. Now, in the year 1864, George Brown comes to John A. Macdonald, and George Brown says they're former enemies because it's for the fact that they both have these huge dreams, but they're totally different, like way totally, 2,000 miles off each other's dreams of how to get the country together. So these people are just fighting all the time, these two politicians. Anyways, but when everyone's like, no, we're not going to be able to unite, and their government is being dealt with and everything like that, there's no laws throughout. It's just like tiny little laws everywhere in the tiny little colonies, and it's just not the way these people wanted it to be. So George Brown comes to John A. Macdonald in the year 1864, and he says, so, even though we're enemies, you know, like, we have to compromise if it's not going to work out any. Because, like, this is the second time nothing's getting done, and I'm really sick and tired of it. So even though they were enemies, they decided to do the sensible thing and compromise. It's like if I'm fighting with Emma or Jonas, or it's like, hello, we need to kind of compromise here. So they just decided to do the sensible thing and just compromise. So, they both agreed to work together, and so, yeah, but then, Georges Etienne Cartier, he also joined their little group trying to form the government. Meanwhile, there's that suspicious word again, in the maritime colonies. They were thinking of their own union, how to form this Canada and put it together. And they plan to meet in Charlottetown in September. Now, these guys are really tiny, and these big colonies, like Lower Canada and Upper Canada, they were huge, right? And they weren't getting anything done. So, this news of the maritime colonies spread to Georges Etienne Cartier, John A. Macdonald, and George Brown. And they asked if they could come to this meeting because they wanted to see what these maritime colonies were doing, to see if it would help any of their government work together. So I think we have enough details. Single file now. Come on, let's go.
Wait. Can you explain what we're going to do? Anyway, as she forgot to say that we are going to go back in time to the littlest pet shop town. To the littlest pet shop town to see George Brown and Johnny McDonald in the different scenes of Littlest Pet Shop Town.
Littlest Pet Shop Town.
Yeah. Okay, go. So as she was saying, if you could just single file, I'm sorry, we wanted to take you back to the second part. The second part is taking you back in time to see what really happened at Confederation. Sorry, we couldn't get John A. Macdonald and Queen Victoria to come, busy in England, something like that. So we just decided to use little pet shop models. So if you just single file, start up the time machine. It takes a long time. It's an old thing, and I've done this for years now. 10 years, But,
you should use it to go back in time, get a sports almanac, and get lots of money.
Okay. Okay, so everyone, seriously, get up off your seats and then. Get it. You can fund this. Okay, so let's just do a little spin, make yourself feel like you're in a time machine.
Time machine, man.
We are here in starting at the Charlottetown meeting in PEI. Britain liked it when the colonies wanted to join together because Britain had to spend a lot of money sending soldiers and protecting their British colonies. And they were just fed up with paying all the expenses. So they were really happy to hear that the colonies were deciding to join together. Now, in Charlottetown, they had a meeting to... This is their meeting going on here. In Charlottetown, they had a meeting saying that they would try to build an international railway going between the colonies to help with defense and trade. This is the railway they're envisioning, and I think you're thinking, what's a boat doing there? Well, it was the most sensible transportation to get to PEI because people, I don't think, would want to swim to PEI. So let's go.
I think something's wrong with your flux capacitor. It's not working. Can you go fix it?
What did you say, sir?
Your time machine's not working. Go fix the flux
I
capacitor.
told you should have got that almanac.
Okay, yeah, Regan, Tunis is...
Hey, there's that girl who actually, is filling in all the details. Maybe she can tell us some stuff.
Yeah, so, I really need to go fix this time machine here. Can you take these people on the rest of the tour? I'll probably be back sometime soon. It doesn't take that long. I'm used to doing this stuff. Can you see the file over here?
They also had a meeting at... No, you can't touch. They also had a meeting in Quebec City to work out the details. Quebec was afraid to join because they might lose their language, so they were promised even if the population decreased, then they would never have less than 65 seats. And at the Quebec meeting, the province leaders talked about each colony having their own government to say what language, education, religion they were going to have. PEI and Newfoundland did not want to join because they thought Ontario and Quebec would gain too much power. Alright, the next little quick shop scene. While Canadians were talking about joining together, the Americans were having a civil war in which the British helped the South. Irish Americans called Fenians started attacking Canada because they wanted to revenge on the British. For fighting with the South. The Canadians really needed to unite to defend themselves, so they went to England to get the Queen to sign an agreement. Alright, over here.
This is like a Historium, except better because it's actually real.
Ooh, flux capacitors. Ooh, that's really hard to fix. Anyway, so as you can see here, John, I think you learned about these Irish Americans called the Fenians. Those guys were just starting to attack more quickly because they wanted to get revenge on the British. So John A. Macdonald and some other leading politicians had to go a bit earlier than they expected to England. After the Queen signed the agreement, the Queen chose Ottawa for the capital of Canada, and when they were thinking of names for what they should name Canada, should they name the Republic of Canada like the Republic of America, or should they name it the Kingdom of Britain like the Kingdom of Canada like the Kingdom of Britain? But then Leonard Tilley, a man from the crowd, he stepped out and he said, he decided the name Dominion of Canada based on the book Psalms chapter 72, he shall have dominion from sea to sea. And to this day, our country is called the Dominion of Canada, and the motto is from sea to sea. Okay, so if you'll all just take a seat here.